Wait for it. Wait for it.
Good afternoon, jank enthusiasts.
Change of point totals.
Good afternoon, jank enthusiasts. I'm MBT, and this is 10-Minute Testing. Last week, Konami pulled an evil trick on me by waiting until I was done recording my video, then changing all the point totals in Genesys, making the entire video useless. I expect the same thing to happen this week, but in case it doesn't, we continue our exploration into Genesys format, with 3 decks with which I am sure you are not familiar. Presenting Genesys 2. But first, this video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Despite what some Yu-Gi-Tubers who shall not be named would have you believe, the TCG is alive and well. And if you're looking to start your journey into paper, there's no better place to begin than Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. With up-to-the-minute reporting on every major tournament worldwide, searchable and interactable pie charts and deck lists, and all the bells and whistles you've come to expect from one of the best draft and collection management sites on the net, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck is the place to be. Check it out today at www.ygoprodeck.com. Now back to the video. Let's begin with Ice Barrier. This was an early contender for top Genesys deck, and it's not particularly hard to see why. This is a decent deck in the TCG with a grand total of 0 main deck hits and 1 3-point Trishula in the extra. This enables players to jam some really fantastic deck toolbox options and hand traps, including Psyframe Gamma and Droll and Lockbird. The mainline combo can pivot between Gimmer, Kragan, or Crocodragon draws, all alongside a Lancia for the floodgate of your choice and Trishula 0. So with that, let's get into the card by card. 3 Revealer, 3 Hexa, 3 Mirror Mage, 3 Georges, 2 Speaker, and a Raiho. Raiho is the floodgate that I like the most. It makes it really hard to play into an established board. Georges is already macro, so you don't need to beat a dead horse, but your mileage may vary. They do have something resembling an anti-spell and something resembling Scrubbed Raid if you want to get cute. We've got Ice Jade Ran Agrind in here too, which is a really independently powerful card. It's just Gimmer. After that, we've got 3 Gamciel, of course, searchable off of our Ice Barrier, 3 Droll and Lockbird, 3 Gamma and a Driver, double Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 Medallion, a Freezing Chains, double Foolish Burial Goods for the Ice Barrier, but importantly, Ice Barrier's on field effect is still fine, and triple Book of Lunar Eclipse, which is the book that does not cost points. I do want to point out that you can really modulate a lot about this main deck. These are the hand traps I feel the most comfortable with, but you could honestly maybe even fit Ash in here if you want to get kooky. We've got a Fossil Warrior Skull Knight, Mirror Logic Aggregator, Kragan, and Kragan Spawn. We've got a Meilong, a White Aura Whale, Coral Dragon, Crocodragon, Trishula, Changying, Gimmer, double Lancia, and a copy of Trishula 0 Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Again, this current list, I think, is at 79 points. So if you want to shave a card from the extra to play something like a Dragite, you can do that. But you can also just load up on good stuff. Regardless, let's see the deck in action. Our first match is up against Punk. A lot of people think Punk is going to be tier 1 in the upcoming Genesys metagame, and it's not hard to see why. There are no hits to the main deck cards, which means you can splash for powerful extra deck bosses like Pep, and it loses to a bevy of boutique hand traps like Droll and Lockbird that people may not be splashing for. That said, I don't buy it. I think it's a little weak to breakers out of the board, but here it's game 1. They're going to begin with a copy of Xiamen. They're going to grab a copy of Rising Scale. Then we Gamma this Foxy Tune. This is probably a little greedy. I'm just hoping they don't really have access to their synchro pool. They're going to go for the Rising Scale, and of course, Rising Scale can summon a Punk from deck. If they didn't have access to a 5, they could theoretically just get Deer Note here, but they go for Wagon, which is horrifying to me. And then I see the Roller Baller and realize this is Gold Pride Punk, and they are going to walk all over me. So here comes Dragon Drive and Sherikussy. They're going to activate the Extreme Session in order to get that Sherikussy out of their hand as they overlay for a Jam Fever. Then it's time to fusion into a Rising Carp. Now they draw off the Extreme Session, and it is Deer Note, which means they have to summon that from hand. That's funny, at least. Madam Spider is going to get them a Dangerous Gabu. They're going to set that, and then afterwards go for an Eradicator, a Deer Note, bring back the Sherikussy, and pass. So this is Ghost Ogre and Quick, Amazing, and Fever. We'll begin with the Fever here at Gamciel. We'll go Agrind next. They are going to share Kusai, so I can't get to Gims, and down comes Punk Amazing Dragon. This is not the worst in the world because of Revealer. They'll draw. Let's normal the Revealer. We'll activate the effect. They will Dangerous Gabu, but we've sent Ice Barrier, which means we can use Ice Barrier to get a Georges and still kind of go off. We're going to go for the Georges afterwards. They're going to get the Dragon Drive first and enable follow-up plays, courtesy of Xiamen. They'll draw a card in the process as well as we summon the Georges to our side of the field. We'll activate that effect. It gets Ghost Ogred, which is irritating, but also gets a Speaker. We'll go Stealth Kragan, and God, they are really close to dead, courtesy of their own life point drops, but just not close enough. They'll go to the main phase and activate the effect of Leon. We'll activate Stealth Craig and do a 1350, but unfortunately this last 2k is going to be too much. Psychic End Punisher brings them down to 1,000 and brings me down to 0 as they go to the battle phase and pump this sucker up to 1 trillion. Woof. Next up is ARTMAGE. You might be noticing a theme here. Like Ice Barrier, this is an archetype with 0 total hits. But unlike Ice Barrier, it's new, meaning its cards are very pushed. You can splash some supremely strong generics. Here, we are playing access to Illusilvia, Cartesia, and triple super polymerization. If you've never seen an ARTMAGE play, well, get prepared. They are absolutely busted. We're playing 3 Medius the Pure, 2 Litera, 2 Graflair, and 1 Finmel, and of course our 2 copies of Power Patron to actually get the fusion ball rolling. We're playing 1 Cartesia, which just enables a lot. Not only does she add ceiling to your end board, she also enables you to play through stuff because of her quick effect fusion summon, and she is searchable off of fusion deployment, as is Medius. Really flexible card here. We've got 3 copies of Alteration, 1 Succession. We've got 3 Assault and 3 Arcane Arts Acropolis. We're also playing the 1 Trap Awakening here just for pitching and shenanigans. And then, of course, we are in on Board Breakers, which are largely less points than hand traps. The Ultimate Slayers, the Super Polymerizations, the Fuelos, the Droll and Lockbird, and the Cosmic Cyclone, of course, all of which we are afforded by our measly amount of points we have to invest into our main deck engine. Speaking of, we are playing Nerve, the Power Patron of Creation, Secretarion Dragon, Double Deoctorus, and then Maylong, Aggregator, Luluwa Lilith, Chorizo, Granguinol, Double Garura, Entis, our Azamina Illusilvia, which can be made with any illusion and any light spellcaster, a Dragostapelia, and a Mud Dragon of the Swamp. So with that, let's check out a game. Our second match is up against Dracotail. The first week of Genesis, people were basically just playing TCG light, pointed up copies of K9, Vanquish Soul, and Dracotail. I'm happy the points were adjusted so that that's no longer as possible, but you still can just jam Rahu. It's a crazy strong card. Unfortunately for our opponent, we've got crazy strong cards as well. Let's begin with Assault for Medius. Afterwards, we're going to normal summon the Medius and activate the effect. That is going to special summon a copy of ARTMAGE Power Patron from our deck. That enables the fusion summon of our Diactoros. Of course, we'll trigger the Power Patron afterwards and go for fusion deployment to net a Cartesia revealing Grand Ginual. Let's set that field spell and then go to the Academy. We'll fire Alliteration to get a copy of Finmel. Finmel effect, summon herself to our side of the field, then go for the Arts Acropolis in order to grab Litera. Litera is going to be summoned to our side of the field as well, cycling back a spell, which we will then pitch in order to grab a Graflair. We'll summon out that Graflair, and the whole squad is here. Let's set a copy of Succession, set a Cyclone, and pass back to our opponent. They're going to begin with a copy of King of the Swamp, netting them a Polymerization. They'll fire the Polymerization, and we will chain Cartesia. Why? Because we're playing Secretarion Dragon. Get owned. They'll go Lucius and Squamata here, sending a beast so they can draw a card and setting a copy of Ketu. They'll draw a card here, and then at point of resolution, we will Cosmic Cyclone the Ketu because I don't want to deal with it. Litera next will summon back this copy of Garaflare, and they will go for Dracotail, which will negate. Unfortunately, it negates activations, so they can fire off another Rahu Dracotail for a copy of Gulamel. We will go for the effect of Finmel in Chain as they set a Ketu, and we will go for Graflair afterwards in order to pop it. They'll pass turn here, and we will cycle back the Cartesia. Should just be a hop, skip, and a jump to lethal. Let's begin with this Litera back to our side of the field. Next, we will cycle the spell, activate Finmel's effect, and activate the effect of Succession. That'll make the one, the only Nerva, the Power Patron of Creation, as we shuffle our graveyard back and cycle the effect of Medius the Pure. From here, we can Medius in order to get the whole team back. A Power Patron, activate its effect in order to make a second copy of Deactorus into Power Patron into the Trap card. The Trap card can be pitched in order to grab a copy of Graflair, which we can summon to our side of the field, and we can set our Alliteration as well. Finally, we will normal our Blazing Cartesia and activate the Awakening Engrave in order to bounce both the Graflair and our opponent's last remaining monster. They get to get the Lucius to their side of the field, but Diactorus will make quick work of that, getting in for 28 and 38 and lethal. And finally, Onomat. Konami's been trying to make Utopia meta since release, and unfortunately has never been successful ever. This archetype would be right at home in Genesis, only one problem: they've made Onomatopoeia cost 33 points. This is in line with most Rotas, but the thing about Pyra is you really only need to resolve it once. From that position, you've got enough in Graveyard to just go infinitely. So we are playing one copy, searchable off of pickup, and then just doing it. So with that, let's get into the card by card. We have 3 copies of Dodo Dodo Warrior, 3 copies of Gaga Ganbara Knight, 3 copies of Go 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 Goblinberg, and 3 copies of Onomatakage. After that, we've got double Zubaba Bancho Gaga Coat, and then a bunch of one-ofs that either smooth out the lines or are searchable over the course of a combo. Utopic Onomatopoeia, ZS Ascended Sage, Dodo Dwarf, Go 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 Glove, Astraltopia, and Zubaba Knight. We're playing 3 copies of Onomata Pickup for our 1 copy of ONOMATOPOEIA, 3 7th Tachyon, and 1 Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force to get Dragonar plays off to the races. We are also on 1 Unbreakable Xyz Barrier, which says when a spell trap card or monster effect is activated while you control an Xyz monster, just negate it, then you can detach 2 materials from a monster you control and destroy a card on the field, and you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target an Xyz monster you control, attach a Light Utopia or Utopic Xyz monster from your graveyard to it. That's relevant for Dragonar, which usually we only get out with 3 materials because of the cost of some of this deck's playmakers. We've got 3 copies of Fuelos, 3 copies of Meows, 3 copies of the free Skullmeister, and 3 Droll and Lockbird in the extra. We've got our Dragonar, our Heart Earth, our number 69 Heraldry Crest Dark Matter Demolition, and number 69 Heraldry Crest Shatter Stream. These are parts of the end board. We've got Utopia Prime, Utopia, Star Cestus to reveal for 7th Tachyon, and just go ahead and grab a warrior. Utopic Sage, Gaga Gaga Magician, Castel the Sky Blaster Musketeer, Prime Athmech Alan Bershin, Gaga 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 Girl, F0, F0, and F0. This is the new one. This one costs 20. So with that, let's check out a game. Our third match is up against Lunalight. A lot of individuals don't believe in this deck because it doesn't have Tiger, but take it from me, just making Liger is good enough in this format. Unfortunately for our opponent, we're going to do something a little sexier. We're going to begin with a copy of Gaga Ganbara Knight. We'll reveal the girl in order to summon itself, and you know what? Let's go ahead and special summon out that Onomatokage as well. Since we have the requisite material on our field, we'll special summon the Zubaba Bancho Gaga Coat, go into Utopic Sage, and get our 1 of Ascended Sage. We'll cycle back this copy of Go Goblinberg, and then cycle back from the graveyard, the Onomatokage, to make a Gaga Gaga Girl. That gets us the trap as we overlay for F0 and Utopic Future. That insulates our normal summon of Go Goblinberg to get a copy of Dodo Dwarf Go Glove from deck, and Onomatokage from graveyard summoning itself. From here, we'll make Utopia, which triggers the effect of the Ascended Sage for a Rank Up Magic Utopia Force. We'll target that Utopia and make a copy of Dragonar with 3 materials. Remember what I said about getting that 4th? It's time for 69, and we'll go for Gaga Magician afterwards, bringing back the Utopia, which allows us to trigger the effect of the Go Goblinberg and a Dodo Warrior into a Utopic Future Zexal. Nice board. Our opponent's going to begin with a copy of Radian over our Negator into a Dark Ruler No More. Now, thankfully, we do have the Unbreakable Xyz Barrier. Afterwards, they're going to go Heavy Polymerization. We will chain the effect of the Unbreakable Xyz Barrier in order to get our Dragonar another material. They will go for Liger Dancer here. We're going to chain the effect of our Shatter Stream into our Dark Matter Demolition. Then we will just protect our entire field. They'll go Panther Dancer effect. We'll negate. We'll activate Dragonar here. Both effects, both redirecting the attack and making Heart Earth Dragon, to which we will equip our Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force. Of course, this card can't be destroyed by battle, which means that we are fine. We will go to the standby phase. They will blow up our board. We only get to keep our number 69 Heraldry Crest, but of course, Heart Earth Dragon floats. We will go to the main phase and activate Onomatokage in order to put all of our monsters back into the extra deck, then reveal 1 of them for our Gaga Ganbara Knight. This deck finally has follow-up. We're going to normal summon a 4 to make a Gaga Magician. We'll activate the effect in order to special summon back the Gaga Girl, and then afterwards we can overlay for Utopic Future Zexal once again here at 7,000 attack. We'll get over the Liger and get in for lethal. So that's that. Thanks so much for watching. These 10-minute testings are made possible by, and occasionally suggested by, my patrons, some of whom have paid a lot of money to be mentioned at the end of the episode. Here are them now. Elena Tincher, Allison Elliott, Ally, APK Pearly Tier 0, Brett Henry, Captive XC, Cool Name, Damon O'Neill, Dark Rebel XYZ, DJ Elefante, El Gravo, El Guacho Malas Opiniones, Emiliano De Verino, NB Adams, Fabrizio Petroli, Felix, Garrett Rand, Fergalicious, John Paradise, Night Mary, Legal Rights, Lucas Rosas, Luis Hernandez, Master Key 090, Matthew M. Derezzo, MBT Play Madolce, Mike Carlotti, N54 Lionheart, Nacho Gonzalez, Pombo, Project Mercury, Rance R. My Thing, Rohan Doge, Rose Lapine, Serpentax, Sly Ninja 43, Soul CLG, Troy Says By Erasure Is Gay, Buznik, Yuki Kazami, and Zircon Sun. Couldn't have done it without you.